Hey guys, welcome up. Today I will be showing off a nice cheese in custom nations, and uh, I haven't seen anyone really talk about this. I kind of found it on my own, but I'm sure many people that play around with custom nations might know it. But this is secretly the best uh, idea for your custom nations if you want pure military might or diplomatic memery. And let's place it in France, why don't we? Oh, that's actually a pretty good flag as far as randomness goes, but sadly, we're going to have to get rid of it. And don't read any of the other names. It's kind of cringe, man, you know? So, I have this guy. It's a Republic, so you can get this all for real cheap. He gets a nice shock. You know, it's all great. And as you can see, Sishrada government, which you need a steppe province to have. And I don't know if I can get a steppe province from where I am. So yeah, don't put it in France. Anyway, I'll just talk about it. But what you could do in France is have it French culture to form France, so that you will in the age of at the age of absolutism, you will get the plus 30% meme. And that's going to go really nice for this military-oriented nation. It's a Western tech group, which the Sichrata can raise Cossacks, which this is the only way to get Western Cossacks. And late game, Western does have the best cavalry, being the only unit type that can get 6 shock offensive pips. I like Scythian because it does rely a lot on cavalry. You can see its ideas kind of over there. But the ideas themselves, this is the god tier idea, because this by itself is giving 10.5% admin and costs 0 points. And you throw it in at the beginning, so these cost less at the end. And just for a rule of thumb, put your cheaper stuff at the beginning and your stuff at the end. Your better stuff at the end, because this stuff's base cost is 30, but it gets amplified by a certain number the closer it is to the top. So the cheapest thing, base cost 3, threw that in the beginning. Also, it helps because with Citrata and just base infantry to cavalry ratio, that's going to get you your 100%. If you want to, you could also put this in Italy, and because it's such a rich region, you would be able to easily field 100% cavalry. Make sure to get like Yiddish goal just so you can have Sishrata though. And then you get your cavalry flanking ability, because base costs 10. And then there's a bunch of them that cost 18, which is pretty much just the combat ability. And you can really meme artillery with this. And I got the shock and fire damage and morale and discipline, which are all base 30. And gotta span it out for 10 minutes for the ads I don't have, am I right? But yeah, really, if you're forming France, stick with duchy so you can just take more land. Though, of course, you can't start in France. You'd probably have to start in Italy with French culture so you could grab a province. But yeah, because it's not worth spending 10 points on this if you're just going to form France and get it anyway. And quite frankly, with these ideas, you're not going to need any friends. So why waste anything? And you could theoretically do this cheese with, say, colonists or whatnot. But the thing that makes this so good is, see, we're 757, and say you want a really good one like this. Well, it peaks at 2, being the best ratio. That gives you 5.5%. Anything over this will start costing you. And that's like 50 points. So this is by far the best. Make sure to crank it out all the way. And you know, always nice to have those silver advisor portraits, you know what I'm saying. Um, and base 2 cost for this, very nice. Uh, he's gonna get that bonus shock. It's gonna be great. Um, so let me delete this and get it a better spot. Maybe in the HRE might be good so you can attack people early. Say Erezio. Grab that. And then load Scythia. And you're still under. And you're in the HRE, which costs 22 points. And pretty beefy province costs 10. And just change your culture. French. Whatever one you want. Probably Frenchian has the most development. So that'll be pretty good on its own. And personally, I didn't look to see if it was compatible with the New World, which, come to think of it, I don't know if there's any steppe provinces in the New World. Oh, there is. So you should be fine there. And yeah, the problem with this is you're gonna have to like nerf something, like one of these, to get it in here, because it does cost a lot to get Western in the New World. And personally, with this setup, Western is gonna be better than High American, because cavalry does end out a little better. In the early game, Nomads and High American cavalry is the king, but Western takes the cake, having an extra pip over High American, which that's pretty impressive. Frick. Just delete that. Honestly, really good stuff. If you're ever making a diplomacy nation, you know, get that female advisor chance, or probably mill. No one really memes diplomacy. Also, Shia, you'll get the 10% shock damage from the stuff. Oh my god, I needed to prepare a script. This is horrible. And 5% morale. That's going to be very nice. In multiplayer, if everyone's like, yeah, let's all get 800 point custom nations, and the host's like, oh god, this is going to be horrible. And maybe he's like, let's just do an ideas guy, where y'all get one province. I would recommend taking Crimea and doing this memery, if you feel like it. Or you could just meme infantry combat ability or something. But there's one downside to this. And there might be a way around this, but as far as I've thought of, I can't think of something. So if you're in the comments and you know something, drop me a comment and I'll pin it. But the Sichrata prevents you from taking aristocratic, which also has a policy. So you're losing out on 30% cavalry combat ability, and Poland 33% is better than our 20%. So that's kind of cringe on our part, but we can. I still think this is way stronger than just doing a Tengri cheese into Zaporizhzhia and then forming Poland. You can get like 97%, and we're only going to get like 50%, but we are also getting 40% artillery, and then I guess you could also form France after forming Poland, but probably not in multiplayer. That'd be pretty complicated. Whereas if you're ever in a multiplayer like this, which are few and far between, don't get me wrong, but might happen one day. And yeah, that's kind of about it. This is probably as good as it gets, you know. Maybe switch these ideas if you don't want to meme cavalry. Say you want to be a Prussian monarchy or something. It's more so, this video was more so about the female advisor chance, but I also wanted to flex this custom nation. Not gonna lie. So let me just Alt F4 and end the video. So like and subscribe, everyone.